Okay, episode 5 of The Acolytes just dropped, and I finished watching it about half an hour ago. So, this is my opinion of it. Again, it is my opinion, my review of the episode. So, take it as you may, I'm going to tell you what I think. First off, rating. Um, of the 5 episodes, this is one maybe not you saying it's the best is maybe is not high praise or is not the most accurate way of saying it. It's the one I enjoyed the most. Sadly, it's only because of the action in it. The acting and the writing is the same poor quality as all the other episodes. There's a lot of stuff that does not make sense or is just completely stupid. Um, but the action, I did enjoy it. I want to see lightsaber stuff, and yay, you get lightsaber stuff in here. On that note, the best person in this episode is, I think her Yaki or Jackie or something character. She's the Padawan of this good dude. The actress does a really good job. She does some physical fighting with May, and she does some lightsaber against the Sith. And yes, they do admit finally that they are the Sith. He says at one point to Squid Game Jedi that you Jedi would call us the Sith. So they admit it finally. But I really was impressed with this young lady. I didn't know that she was in Logan, the last Wolverine movie. She was Weapon X, so I didn't recognize her from that. Anyways, does a good job of the hand to hand against May. Does a good job lightsaber. In fact, at one point, she yields or wields two lightsabers because she manages to take the May has picked up the dead Wookiees lightsaber. Yaki, after a fight, arrests her, puts some handcuffs on, picks up his lightsaber and sticks it on her belt. I don't know what the explanation for it is, but during the fighting of the various Jedi, their lightsabers stop working for a very short period of time before they spring back to life. So she's fighting the Sith. He does that to hers. Now, in some instances, the Sith cuts the lightsabers apart and just destroys them, but he doesn't. He just makes hers not work. Never heard of that before, but anyways. So she quickly pulls out the Wookiee's lightsaber and ignites it to block him. And then her lightsaber springs to life, and now she's got two. And she does a good job, better than Ahsoka in wielding two lightsabers. Yeah, I have to say that I did enjoy it. For all of the episode's other faults, I did enjoy her. Squid Game, he does a good job with his lightsaber in the combat with the Sith. The guy that's playing the Sith, who spoiler is the poison guy. I had thought maybe that it was a woman and it was going to be one of the two moms from the not this one but the other one with the horns. I thought it was going to be her, but it is the poison guy who accompanied May in episode 4 to this planet where the Wookiee is. But that actor did a good job with his lightsaber in most of the combat. There's a scene at the start where May comes to after being forced pushed away in episode 4. First thing she does is stumble across a dead Jedi, and then she sees basically lightsabers flashing in the distance, and it's a Sith taking on pretty much all the rest of the um, Jedi, the red shirt Jedi, as I refer to them in my review of episode 4. That's a inside joke for Star Trek fans, specifically the Shatner years of Star Trek, because it was always an inside joke that if anybody was going to die in any episode of that series of Star Trek, they always wore a red shirt. So you didn't want to have a red shirt if you were ever an actor to be on that show because you could be killed off. So, anyways, the Sith guy sort of easily for taking like being 6 to 1, I think, or 5 to 1, dispatches the other Jedi's like what were these guys? Mall cop Jedi or something? They weren't particularly good. They didn't last very long. He slices them all up. Like if he's that much better, then he wouldn't have done as well, or Jackie wouldn't have done as well against him, and Squid Game, I would think, wouldn't have done as well against him. So, anyways, the only survival is Squid Game. Yaki gets run through because the Sith guy, when they're fighting, grabs something off the handle of his lightsaber, and damned if it doesn't become a tiny little, I don't know what the name of the blade is from Japan, but you could call it a dagger lightsaber, and he runs her through with that. Plus, his light end up with his sword, kills her off. He grabs a hold of Yodel, who sadly doesn't do much. I thought he looked pretty athletic. He probably could have done some good battles, but he does virtually nothing in this show other than get killed. He has his neck snapped by the Sith. So okay, that's a bit of waste of a character. Um, but like I said, Squid Game's pretty good. The guy playing the Sith is pretty good. This actress is pretty good. Um, this actress who plays two parts, the good twin, she's okay in that. Doesn't do much other than sort of stare at people. Like she doesn't have much in the way of emoting. Um, I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen anything she's ever been in, but I would not think I don't consider her a very good actress. But anyways, and then the dark side, the May is just all over the place. She starts off, I'm not going to kill the Jedi now. I'm going to give myself up to the Wookiee Jedi. And then suddenly she's running away. Spends most of the episode trying to run away, but never gets very far. Uh, when she encounters the Sith, she begs his forgiveness, and then, well, does that mean you're going to be bad again, or what's going on? But yeah, it's her character is all over the place in this episode. So yeah, not very good. And sorry, um, there's potential there, but yeah, it's just I'm not sure what they're trying to do with her or what's going on. The only thing, again, spoiler at the end, she meets up with May at the end and starts talking, babbling about, going, reestablishing their family and all this stuff. And May wants to just take her to jail. So she knocks May out, and then she takes May's outfit. And then in a very laughable scene, she has a lightsaber and she just flips it across her forehead, cutting all her long dreads. And now she looks exactly like Osha. I don't suppose anybody's supposed to, recognize or notice the singed ends of her hair, but so what? And she takes the clothing that Osha is wearing, and at the very last, you see her going onto the ship with Squid Game. The other sort of stupid thing about it is Sith then finds Osha knocked out, brings her to, and starts talking to her, and apparently doesn't realize that she is Osha. Now, the way we know that it's which is that Osha in episode 1 had a distinctive tattoo on her arm, which she talked to this dude, and she has it when she's laying on the ground without her jumper suit that her sister took. Um, so I don't know what's going on. Another sort of strange thing in the series is at the end how they get rid of the Sith. So the Sith and um, Squid Game are fighting. Squid Game actually just about cuts his head off, but Osha stops him. But so the bugs that were in episode 4 that are attracted by light, May shows up with her little friend who becomes a flashlight, which she tucks into the back of this guy's jacket, and all of the bugs suddenly swarm him and carry him away. That's it. So nobody goes and checks for his body to find out if nobody ever checks to see if somebody in this series is actually dead. They just assume it. So that's it. They let him get carried off by the bugs, and ultimately he kills them all and survives, and that's how he finds May. But the disappointing part is that Squid Game, at the end, after the Sith has been carried away and he finds May again, just kind of, okay, let's go. And so you can see on the on the ground around him the bodies of his companions, cohorts, fellow Jedi, and is he doing anything about it? No, just let's go. Somebody will come along and fix that. Doesn't do anything about the Wookiee. Doesn't go to check if the Wookiee's dead or alive. Just, I guess, assumes it. Again, lots of assumptions, but yeah, that's kind of the stupidity of some of the writing and such. But again, if you want to see some decent lightsaber combat, yeah, this is the episode to see, because especially around this character, does very well with it. That part of it I liked. The rest of it, it's not going to save this series. Um, it doesn't really advance the plot because Squid Game does sort of still, you know, that he had something to do with the death of all these witches that are these girls' parents, but he still hasn't got around to telling anybody about it. So now you got to wait for episode 6, 7, or 8 to hear that. You know something's coming because the Sith had told Osha not to trust him. Why you would believe a Sith is beyond me. But yeah, so I guess the episode 6, you're waiting to find out if May tries to kill Saul now after saying she's not going to do it, but she probably freaked out because Osha rejected her. And whatever the Sis is going to do with Osha. But other than that, there's not too much else that we're holding out. Unfortunately, all the low-level Jedi are dead, so it's only Squid Game. And I'm sure he'll end up chasing the Sith, although how he'll know the Sith is alive, I don't know. Why he didn't go try to find the body, I don't know. Anyways, I don't have high hopes for episode 6, to be honest with you, because they're going to try to clean up this pretty so-so writing. Sorry, I apologize for the picture quality here. But yeah, it's a so-so episode, but the action in it is some of the better Star Wars TV series from Disney action that they've done so far. So that's it. If you like the action, I would definitely watch this episode. Other than that, there's not too much of interest in it. Okay, thanks.